The Silver Oak Bar sat at the edge of town, a place where bikers, truckers, and locals all gathered after long days. That night was especially loud. A group of bikers had rolled in, their jackets patched with skulls and flames, their voices rough and commanding. Among them was Rex, the largest of the bunch, known for his short temper and cruel humor. Working behind the counter was Maya, a young waitress in her mid-20s. She was quiet, hard-working, and always wore a polite smile no matter how tired she was. People liked her, but no one really knew much about her life outside the bar. She kept to herself, carrying an air of mystery and quiet strength. As the night grew rowdy, Rex started picking on her. He teased, mocked, and tried to grab her attention, but Maya avoided confrontation, focusing on serving customers. The bar grew tense, sensing the storm about to hit. Finally, Rex stood up, blocking Maya's way. He sneered, "Why don't you stop acting so high and mighty and show us what you're hiding under that little uniform?" His buddies laughed cruelly. Before anyone could react, he reached out and with a swift motion, ripped her shirt down the back, the fabric tearing loudly in the silent bar. Everyone gasped. Drinks froze midair, laughter died, and even the jukebox seemed quieter. Maya stumbled back, eyes wide with shock, clutching her torn shirt. But when her shoulders and upper back were exposed, the room went completely still. There, etched across her skin, were deep scars, long, jagged lines crisscrossing her back. They weren't fresh. They were old wounds, healed but impossible to ignore. Scars that spoke of pain, survival, and battles no one in that room could imagine. The bikers' laughter cut off instantly. Some looked away, ashamed. Others stared in stunned silence. Rex, who expected to humiliate her, stood frozen, his hand trembling slightly. Maya's voice cracked the silence. Soft, but firm. "Are you proud of yourself now? These scars, they're not something to laugh at. They're the price I paid to still be alive." The bar felt like it couldn't breathe. People exchanged glances, guilt and sympathy mixing in their eyes. But Maya wasn't done. With her torn shirt barely hanging, she stood taller than she ever had before. Slowly, Maya began to tell the story no one had ever heard. She explained how years ago, she had been in an abusive relationship. A man she once trusted had turned violent, leaving her broken, beaten, and close to death. Those scars weren't from accidents or bad luck, they were the reminders of nights she fought for her life, nights she begged for mercy that never came. Eventually, she escaped, but the wounds stayed with her, etched into her skin, etched into her soul. The entire bar listened as if under a spell. No one moved, no one drank. Even Rex's friends lowered their heads, their swagger gone. Maya's voice shook but never broke. "I cover these scars every day, not because I'm ashamed," she said, holding the fabric of her shirt, "but because I want to be seen as more than a victim. I'm not weak. I survived. And I'll keep surviving. You thought you could tear me down tonight, but all you did was remind me of how far I've come." Tears glistened in the eyes of strangers. The tough bikers, the rugged truckers, even Rex couldn't meet her gaze anymore. His cruel smirk had vanished, replaced by something that looked very much like shame. Finally, an older man at the bar stood up, raised his glass, and said in a steady voice, "To Maya. To survivors everywhere. May your strength put cowards to shame." The bar erupted in applause. People clapped, some cried, and many raised their glasses high. Maya, though shaken, smiled for the first time that night. It wasn't a smile of politeness, it was the smile of someone who knew she wasn't alone anymore. As for Rex, he slinked back to his seat, his gang no longer laughing with him. The power he thought he had was gone, destroyed by a truth he could never undo. From that night forward, Maya wasn't just a waitress in the Silver Oak Bar. She became a symbol of resilience, a reminder that scars aren't signs of weakness, they're proof of survival. And to everyone who witnessed it, the lesson was unforgettable. You never know the battles someone has already fought, and sometimes, the strongest people are the ones carrying the deepest wounds.